Hello again, and welcome to another video helping you with stretching and muscle problems during this lockdown period. So this time we're going to talk about something I suffer with quite a bit, and that's plantar fasciitis. So this is pain around the heel and into the sole of your foot. Sometimes it makes walking really painful. It's usually worse after long periods of rest, and it often eases after exercise. It's normally caused by trauma to the base of your foot, or often wearing shoes that don't support you properly. And it's basically damage to the fascia that runs underneath your foot, causing it to inflame. It's a bit like a bruise really, but it can take quite a long time to heal. So when you first feel the pain, and you'll know what it is, it's for sharp stabbing pain underneath your foot. It's really quite painful. The best thing to do is start to treat it with ice. So ice pad, frozen peas, anything you can get your hands on at the moment, ice cubes, anything like that. Onto the base of your foot. If you're going to use ice directly onto your foot, try and wrap them in a towel first so that you don't burn the foot, burn the skin. If it's really painful, painkillers, anti-inflammatories, anything like that, and whatever you would normally use for pain is fine. You can massage your foot yourself. So we can use long strokes up and down the base of, so if this is the foot, we're going up and down the foot to help to relax the muscle and stretch out the fascia. You can use a tennis ball, roll that up and down. You can also use a frozen can. So if you take a can of something, stick it in the freezer, you can use that as well. It helps to treat ice as well. It gives you ice treatment as well. Some of the pain comes because your calf muscle is really tight. So that pulls on the fascia, pulling it apart and making it worse. So a stretching routine for your calves is really quite important. So I put together something over here. There we go. So firstly, standing calf stretcher. That's leaning against the wall, one foot behind the other and pushing forward. That will help to stretch out the calf muscle. Just below that, the Achilles stretch. You can use that on a stair. It doesn't need to be a aerobic step. You can do it on the bottom of the stairs and dropping the heel down. That helps to lengthen the calf muscle, which helps to strengthen the calf muscle. The other thing you can do, which I couldn't really find a picture of, is to lean against the wall with your toes against the wall. So if the wall's like this, we put the toes here and we're pushing forward, and that helps to pull the toes up. What you want to do is to pull the toes towards you. So secondly, we've got a couple of seated treatments. We have so laying down with your sitting down rather with your foot on your knee, pulling the toes again towards the knee, and that stretches out the calf muscle. You'll feel the stretch in the calf almost straight away. Quite often you will feel the pain ease in the plantar fascia as you do the stretch. And the massage is the same as what I said, up and down the foot, nice gentle strokes. As you can see, we can also use a towel, laying down, wrap a towel or a scarf or anything or a belt around your feet and pull that towards you, and that helps to stretch out that calf muscle. So that's really what we want to do. Or the frozen can, that can help quite well. That's really good if you're sitting at a desk throughout the day. You can have your foot on that frozen can throughout the day. It doesn't really matter how often you do that. You can keep that going throughout the day. It's quite a useful thing to have. So going forward, it's important that you wear the right shoes for whatever exercise you're doing. Mine came from walking up hills in boots that were pretty much past their peak, really. And they just weren't supporting my foot properly. And when I came down Ben Nevis, it just hit me really badly. And I went off and invested in some new shoes and I've not had the pain since after going through the treatment. Make sure you stretch calves regularly. So whatever exercise you're doing, make sure that your calf stretches are in there and that you're not allowing them to get too tight, because that causes other problems. Obviously, as we mentioned earlier, that also causes problems on your knees. So stretching your calves out has a double effect, really. Okay, so that's about it for that. If you've got any problems or if you find that that's not helping, get in touch with me, drop me a line, and we can help with something on maybe a one-to-one basis. Okay, thank you very much.